Teachers packing heat could soon become a reality in schools across Tennessee. The state Senate has passed a bill allowing teachers to carry guns in schools.
Tennessee is on track to be the 30th state to allow teachers to be armed while in school. This, of course, did not come without controversy. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like channel-like content and what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. Connecticut residents, plan on getting your Connecticut pistol permit. Please get the training done before July 1st. I'll go further. I would say turn your paperwork in before July 1st. Because then after that, the training requirements will change. If you have your permit, watch the expiration date. Don't let it expire. There's a link to the online renewal portal for the state of Connecticut for permits in the description box. Keep an eye on that. Let's talk about this. And this is breaking. Tennessee Senate passes a bill to allow teachers to be armed in schools. This is in response, obviously, to what happened at the school in Nashville, which got very little attention because the victims were Christian, in my opinion. Well, this is my opinion, of course. But the victims were Christian and the assailant was transgender. Remember, it took almost a year before we even got snippets of that person's manifesto. We can argue about that later. But this bill has now been passed, and this is the direction they want to go in, and I applaud them, because at the point of contact, you are your first line of defense. Person walks into any situation looking to harm other people with a firearm, with a knife, it doesn't matter. You are the first line of defense if you are present at that situation. Somebody comes into the school in Tennessee, they're going to be met by somebody who is more than willing to use deadly force to keep children safe. But of course, those on the left are out there yelling and screaming.
In the Tennessee Senate, emotional chants and screams from protesters, sparking a response from Speaker Randy McNally, who eventually cleared the gallery.
What do you mean I'm next? Did you threaten me? Did you say I'm next? Yeah, you did.
This is irresponsible. The public school teachers don't even want the bill. They're not even asking you for this. We just passed legislation to have SROs in every school. Can we see if that works yet? I'm upset, not out of because I don't like you all individually, because I'm mad because this bill puts my child at risk. And all the mothers out here that just got put out, they're saying their children at risk. Look at that gallery. They're asking you not to do this. Put partisan politics aside. I ask you this all the time, but this bill is dangerous. Don't do it. Teachers don't want it. The school districts don't want it. Nobody doesn't want it. It's not going to work. It's going to cause more school shootings. What happened today is a gallery full of mothers who are concerned, and we put them out because you're trying to put guns in teachers' hands. We ought to be ashamed, Mr. Speaker.
Their blood is on your hands!
They offer no solutions other than gun control. We have gun control and these things keep happening. So why don't you address the other end of the spectrum? Allow people to be the first contact who can then defend against that violence coming to them. You want to leave them defenseless from a person coming through into the school. Of course, they've been arguing about assault weapons bans forever in Tennessee because a so-called assault weapon was used. But once again, they're not addressing the problem. We've had more school shootings with handguns in our history than with so-called assault rifles. And then what do you say to the people who have lost their lives to other implements in schools? I point to what happened here in Connecticut with Mayor Sanchez. What law do you propose to prevent somebody from being stabbed? We had an incident in Pennsylvania where 19 students were stabbed by one student. There have been college campuses all over the country where somebody with a knife threatened other students, injured other students, and was stopped by a resource officer with a gun. But of course, they have to grandize and, gaslight and do everything they have to, because their solution is, we just need an assault weapons ban, which will not solve the issue of what's going on in our schools today. But they had to get their little piece in, and they did this idiotic thing where they were laying on the ground to represent the victims of the Covenant, the school shooting there in Nashville. And I'm like, yeah, but our president didn't even bother to go down there. Now, if you remember this guy, this is one of the 3 insurrectionists, because that's what the left tells us. When you disrupt a government proceeding, it's an insurrection.
Jones, Pearson, and Johnson, who represent Nashville, Knoxville, and Memphis, Tennessee's 3 largest cities, joining demonstrators last week calling for stricter gun laws. The Republican leadership blocking them from addressing the protest on the House floor, saying it was a violation of decorum. But the 3 Democrats persisted, using a bullhorn, sparking a security incident.
A week ago, we had members take it upon themselves to rush the well and stop the people's business.
Because at no point was there violence. At no point did we encourage violence. In fact, what we were doing was calling for the end of gun violence.
The insurrectionist, he's one of the 3 that were initially fired from their jobs, then technically rehired. Biden did not come down to Tennessee to meet with the families of the victims. Nope. Kamala Harris instead came down, and all she did was meet with these 3 insurrectionists. That shows you once again, this is not really about your safety, and it's damn sure not about the implement used, because the gender identity of the shooter just did not fit the narrative. It didn't fit. It wasn't some white supremacist like you had in Buffalo. Okay? It just didn't work. So that's why this story got very little traction. Very little traction. But I applaud the state of Tennessee. They stepped up. This is what needs to happen. Now, this is for those who want to do it. You're not forced to do it. So it's concealed carry. So you really don't know who's carrying and who's not, which is even better. So this whole thing of, well, the children this, the children that. Well, we have seen the results when you have no one armed in the school. We have repeatedly seen the results, even to the point where we've seen armed law enforcement standing outside the school while the incident's going on inside. So why can't we try this approach? Now any potential school shooter in Tennessee has got to think to themselves, there's a good chance I'm going to run up on somebody who is armed. This might not be a good idea. These people pick soft targets for a reason. But this has to go to the Governor Lee's desk. I haven't heard one way or another if he's going to sign it. I assume he will. And all we have to deal with now is listening to all the fear-mongering coming from the left, who once again they never present solutions other than we need an assault weapons ban, which has nothing to do with the epidemic of violence in this country. And it's not about guns. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.